YouTubers, how's it going? Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. I got a rant for the day, and I want to ask you guys, does owning a Mercedes or a BMW nowadays mean that you're king of the world? And let me explain to you what I mean by that. It's not because they're pricey cars. It's when I was young, back in the early 80s, 84, 85, 86, every time we saw a BMW or a Mercedes, everyone would stop and look at it and watch it go by and say, holy smokes, look at that, that's a BMW, that guy's gotta be rich. And back in those days, you had a BMW, you were rich. You were not, well, either you spent everything you had to buy the car, or you're doing really well and you're financially stable. And that's what the whole premise of owning a vehicle like that, because cars in North America represent a sense of freedom and individuality, right? And it kind of is a showing of who you are or what representation you have, right? Anyways, okay, the reason why I asked this is because you see a lot of people in BMWs and Mercedes driving around like they own the entire planet. But is it still the same now that you could finance a car? I mean, should that be even worse when you see a BMW and or a Mercedes because it's being financed? Doesn't that make it worse? Because I have a feeling that a lot of these cars aren't owned and people are making payments on them. Is it safe to say, or I mean, is it safe that making payments on things, you're no longer in that status anymore if you have to make payments on these vehicles? So, I mean, the thing is that back in the day, in the 80s, a lot of the people that had these cars weren't driving around like they were king poop. Now they are, but they're making payments on the car. So how do you figure this out in the analogy I'm trying to kind of project here? So, having a high-end car, but you're making payments on it, doesn't that defeat the purpose of having the high-end car in the first place? And that's something I've always wondered. So, comment below, let me know what you guys think on that. That's something I've always wondered. Like, I mean, owning a car free and clear, it's great. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I don't know why they keep coming up on my thing. Not to have a car payment. Why it's bad to have a car payment. And a lot of it makes perfect sense. I love how they break this down, educate people. Basically, a car is going to depreciate in value almost 30% the second you drive it off the lot, and then you have payments to make on a car that you're paying more than what it's worth. So you're underwater right off the bat. Where if you buy a used car for $5,000, a year later you could probably sell it back for $5,000. And that year of savings, you could buy a car for $10,000. You know, if you save $500 or $600 a month. Very good analogies that I've seen on YouTube. Really good educational stuff. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'd like to know the whole status. I still remember playing hockey when I was a kid. We were like, street hockey. Oh, guys, stop. Hold on. We got to stop. There's a Mercedes coming. And we'd all stop, and it'd be those big, clunky, old Mercedes in the 80s. Driving by, and everybody would look at it. But the drivers wouldn't be so, like, king poop. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't act like they were king poop. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. And have a great day. Happy Friday.